Hey guys, my name is Dran, and after the Minecraft movie, I was spent. I was dying for a good story within Minecraft that wasn't what I just watched. I knew that a Minecraft story could be better than this, and so I searched for something to really itch my Minecraft itch. And I found... not you, the Minecraft manga. If you watched my first video about the Minecraft manga, you'll remember that I found it to be pretty silly, but in a good way. It had some interesting stuff it set up and went further than I expected. For example, the inclusion of mod powers in the story. Nico, our main character, has the power to craft pretty much anything anywhere without a crafting table, and he's also a bit of a Chad. And the goal of the story was pretty clear too. Nico wants to reach the end of the world. Did you catch that reference? Did you catch that little Easter egg? Did you catch that? It's the end of the world. In that video, however, I only read the first chapter, and after watching whatever this was, I needed something better. So I decided to read the Minecraft manga a bit more and see if it's worth continuing. You know, for that Minecraft itch. Continuing where we left off, in chapter 2, we start with how the Minecraft world is infinite, or so they say, I guess, and how there are adventurers and Nico following his father's footsteps of getting to the end. That is until he's dying of hunger, just like me in the game. So Nico is looking a wee bit cooked here, until a hooded individual comes to salvage his random blocky corpse. Unfortunately for him, he's still alive and grabs his arm, revealing the best character in the manga, the zombie. And Nico wants to eat his ass. I guess he really is a gamer. We then see him use a mod ability that says creativity activated to make a wooden sword. And right before he's about to slay his ass, the zombie talks. Who would have guessed? But it turns out that the zombie was actually a human named Gray, with a mark, or rather a mod crest that's a mod power, that turned him into a zombie. Yeah, not gonna lie bro, this is like if you were in One Piece and you got the juggle fruit that allowed you to juggle anything, and now you can't swim forever and water hurts you. This is useless. And it looks like he knows that too, because he wants to undo his zombification. This reminds me of a certain manga I'm making right now. Link in the description. Yes, I make manga. Anyway, Nico has a shonen character moment for the 50th time and is given some apples to eat, and so he eats a lot of fucking apples. Like his hunger bar is completely filled. And then they sleep. Except gamer moment. Gray says they need shelter before they can sleep. Except my ass was thinking they were gonna make some beds, but I guess he can sleep cause gulp, he's actually a mod. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. But no, honestly, so far, I really like reading this manga just because it's taking advantage that it's based on Minecraft for gags like these, but also because we're getting backgrounds 24/7. Usually in manga, it's pretty normal that sometimes there's no background drawn, especially for mangas with no assistance. But in this manga, it's so easy to have a background made, and because of that, it makes for a pretty immersive read, I gotta say. It's honestly not even a bad idea to make a manga based in a game's world just for this kind of quality of life. It's a bit of a fun idea if you wanted to make some manga. And before we continue with this chapter, if you like the video so far, please subscribe, please. Yapping aside, danger approaches, bro. Gray is actually a rat because he's stealing from Nico when he's asleep. You see, his life has been full of hurt, therefore he's resorted to being a rapscallion, and that means he's robbing Nico, leaving him with just a wooden sword. What a fucking asshole. So Gray is on his way out with his dub, and Nico, I guess, was watching the whole time looking like a disappointed father. And as Gray is walking through the night, he gets freaking sniped by a skeleton, or I should say multiple skeletons, because holy shit, there's a lot of them. I wonder what Jack Black would do in this situation. Chicken Jackie! Let it steal! Let it steal! Anyway, he's about to get gotted. But of course, Nico comes in to save the day, even though he just robbed Nico. But guys, you see, Nico is actually a smart and calculated young man. He observed Gray's body language and could sense with his empathy that there was more than meets the eye. So Nico followed him, waited for Gray to run into trouble and getting shot in the kneecap for him to announce what Nico knew all along. That Gray was actually a good guy after all. He's doing all of this not for himself, but for others. Man, I love Shonen. But now here's where it gets interesting. So Nico can't do shit against all these skeletons with just a wooden sword. So Gray gives him 3 swords. And once again, Nico says, "That's enough! I'll show you my craft!" Now before we find out what he does with them, you might be thinking, what is he gonna craft with 3 swords? There is no craft in the game that you can do with 3 swords. I'll let you guess what he crafts with them. Okay, done guessing? Well, you're probably wrong. He makes a wooden Fuma shuriken. I don't know what Fuma means, but Yeah, he just makes a giant shuriken, and yeah, he eats that thing and saves the day. Which I guess indirectly confirms my game theory that this is indeed a modded game of Minecraft, not vanilla. And finally, we actually learn more about Gray, who turned out to be my favorite character so far. We learned that his village was actually infected by zombies, like how it happens in the games. But you see guys, they were infected in their hearts too, but Gray wasn't. The mod's curse didn't work on him. I swear, if it turns out that the main villain is just some guy in creative mode that is like speeding around and causing mass destruction, that'd be pretty funny, but it would be pretty cool too. Because what do you mean it's a mod's curse? Like a mod came in and said, I feel like spawning the Wither, and then just left? Like, sure, I guess. Or it's actually a mod. I don't know. So we leave off here. And now we have a side character that honestly has a more interesting thing going on than the main character. We learn that a true adventurer is someone like Nico, go figure, and they set off to the end of the world again. This was a pretty good second chapter. It's really showing its shonen roots. There's a lot of cliches, to be honest. But you know what? I won't lie. It's still better than the Minecraft movie. It is still legitimately better than the Minecraft movie. I would rather witness a cheesy shonen scene than a cheesy Hollywood scene. But, let me know what you guys think about this chapter in the comments, or don't, because we're moving on to the next chapter. Now, to know if this manga is truly worth reading, I figured the first 3 chapters should be at least enough to hook you, right? So we're going to be reading chapter 3 as well. This one starts off by actually teaching us how to make a bucket and then what you can do with it. It seems like Gray is going to be the character that teaches us about the game and the mechanics of it, as well as teaching Nico. Gray being a Chad as per usual. They come across the desert and are extremely parched for some water, but the village is bone dry. Gray thinks that they're a bunch of filthy liars, tweaking a bit with how evil he's getting. Luckily, one villager approaches them and gives them water. His name is Hawk. It's here that we learn there's a gang of pillagers that are the cause for their lack of water. They basically demand expensive items in exchange for it, and Hawk desperately asks them to defeat the Sand Gang. Nico is once again ecstatic for like the 100th time, but thankfully actually saves the scene by reaffirming what it means to be an adventurer, because I was about to get really annoying, to be honest. And this whole time I'm thinking like, man, all of this for water instead of food? I get this is a manga, but you can't even drink water in Minecraft, and this is like the game. It would have made more sense that they need water to grow some food instead, but whatever. But the villagers would rather not mess with the Sand Gang and demands them to stop. Gray comes in clutch by taking Hawk hostage and runs to the base. Dude, this guy is the GOAT. This guy's the GOAT. And here we are at the base full of pillage... These are not pillagers. Where are their noses? These people are just pirates. But anyway, we actually get to see one of them, and their name is Sand. The Sand Gang leader's name is Sand, and I wouldn't have it any other way. He gets wind of the attack, and apparently they are getting their asses beat by Nico, so Sand comes out there and fights back. At this point, I was like, ooh, okay, alright, we got a fight scene, bro. Let's see them craft some shurikens. But instead of crafting, we get a whole lot of yapping, because they're just talking about Hawk's dad, but how they didn't kill him, and how he's still out there, but how he's trash, so they didn't kill him, but they just threw him out. Where could he have gone? This is a whole lot of Hawk Tua, to be honest with you guys, but whatever. So they've got Nico cornered until they notice a stupid little rat is going through their goodies. It's our favorite rat though, Gray. Hawk also enters the fray by throwing a rock. Incredible. And now we finally get to see Nico build something. He stacks sand way up high, and this sand guy is fucking appalled and shocked that he placed sand down. Dude, why is this surprising to you? Your name is Sand. You run the Sand Gang in the desert full of sand. Have you never thought about, I don't know, placing sand down? Directly upwards? Ever? Well, okay, I guess. Anyway, Nico then goes, I'll use your water to knock you down! Jumping towards that pool of water they got there. And at this point, I'm not gonna lie, I was hating. This was like fucking boring. I was so kind of just like, I've said whatever to too many things, kind of just going with it. And I was about to stop reading until this next scene. Gray throws some iron ingots in the water, and Nico crafts a giant iron bucket. He has a hype moment with a lot of aura, if you will. And it says, this is my craft, once again, throwing a whole ass tsunami at them. This not only bodies Sand and his entire gang, but also restores the river to the village. After it's all said and done, Hawk mentions he's heard some rumors about the end of the world. Ooh, hopefully providing some kind of clue for our characters. Ooh, that is until Gray gets fucking sniped again by the Ender Dragon, question mark? Well, obviously not, it's got no neck, but if I didn't know Minecraft, this would have been shocking. And that's where we end off at. A good cliffhanger. So after 3 full chapters, is the Minecraft manga worth reading? Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's alright. The story itself isn't really breaking any ground, especially from this chapter. It is very, very generic. I'm aware that sometimes it takes a little bit until a series can fully blossom, so I'm not opposed to giving it more of a chance, just to see what they do with Minecraft as the base for this manga. But in general, I'm kind of disappointed with how safe the story is. Now, I get it, it's probably for children, but I mean, like, I don't know, I think it could have been a little more interesting, a little more fun. It's like a cool concept, yeah, but I don't know. But one thing's for sure, this is actually just better than the Minecraft movie. I gotta say, this was like worth my time more than the Minecraft movie was. So yeah, that's about it. If you want to see me read more of the Minecraft manga, let me know in the comments below. Did you love this manga or did you hate this manga? Let me know. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.